Am I in the right place?
Well, that depends. What are you here for?
I'm here for one of them audition things.
We're not having auditions till later today.
Oh, I was hoping maybe we could just get out of the way. I kind of want to watch the big game later on.
Well, I suppose. What did you want to audition for?
Well, my name is Joe Stillman. I wanted to try out for Joseph, I guess.
Why were you wanting to audition for the role of Joseph today?
Well, in all honesty, pound for pound, yeah, my wife made me.
Oh, so this isn't something you volunteered for on your own?
No, sir, it is not.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Can't. Wish I could, but, volunteering for something all on my own, well, that's just not me. You know what I'm talking about. My wife says I'm kind of a caveman. She says I just keep to myself, watching my Sports Center on the TV. And she says I'm way too concerned with NASCAR and hillbilly hen fishing. And not nearly concerned enough with giving back to the, what's she call it? The body of Christ.
I see. Well, Joseph is a big role. The earthly father of the Messiah trekked a trail from their hometown to Bethlehem on foot, over 300 miles to register for the census. Married a woman that was pregnant with the Son of God. Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, about that. Is it too late to audition for one of them shepherds? Because all they did was watch the sheep and keep to themselves. And that's right about my speed, if you know what I'm talking about. Again, it was my wife's idea for me to audition, not mine. And I think she wanted me to audition because that's my full name, Joseph. Joseph Arlene Stillman.
Arlene?
Yeah, my mama was a twin. And, her sister's name was Arlene. And we had 3 kids in my family and none of them girls. So I'm lucky I didn't end up with Arlene as the first name, if you know what I'm talking about right here. Yeah, but still, it was kind of hard growing up as a little boy with a middle name like Arlene, A little humiliating, if you know what I'm talking about. Man, makes you want to run and hide anytime Mama get mad and she get out on that front porch and yell your full name for the neighborhood to hear. Joseph Arlene Stillman. Boy, you get that cat out of your mouth right now. Cats is friends, not food. Mama was always pretty sensitive to the feline community.
I guess someone needed to be. You just might be perfect for the role of Joseph, Joe.
Again, pound for pound, I guess I'm just not seeing what you're seeing, I reckon.
Here's the deal. All the emotions you have felt, the confusion, the embarrassment, humiliation, disillusionment, Joseph felt all of those.
Huh. Really? Because I've seen one of them live nativities, and Joseph just always looked happy to me looking down at that little baby. Kind of like this. See? Ain't none of them other emotions going on here. Just happy.
How do you think Joseph got to that moment? What do you think the emotions going on in Joseph's heart, soul, and mind when the angel delivered the news that Mary would be with child carrying the Son of God?
Huh. Well, I don't know. I guess I never pictured it like that. I guess I always just saw him saying, okay.
As you would say, pound for pound, it was probably a major blow to his world. Do you think this was good news at first for Joseph? Or did he have to wrestle with what everyone would think?
Well, I'm more of a live and let live kind of a guy myself, but I reckon in some ways it was not his will be done, but God's will.
Exactly.
Kind of like my situation. Not my will be done, but my wife's.
Now you've gone off track. Speaking of a union, Joseph, after hearing the news and being a righteous man, wanted to divorce Mary quietly so it wouldn't be brought out in the public. Back then, even during an engagement, it took 2 witnesses to legally get a divorce. He thought Mary wasn't faithful. It wasn't until the angel said to marry her and take her home that Joseph followed.
Huh. Well, I reckon if he really did feel and wonder all those things, Well, maybe I am right for this part. All right. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
I think you are. I think you nailed your audition with the simple realization it's not your will, but God's. His son would say the exact same thing 33 years later as he died for the sins of the world.
Huh. Yeah, and I'm sure glad he did that for me, too. I'm going to be remembering that when I'm looking down at that little baby in the manger. I guess that's what you theater folk call getting into character.
Something like that.
All righty then. Oh, one more thing. Do I have to wear one of them biblical roby thingies?
You do.
All right, because maybe I was picturing we could do something a little different. Picture this. What if I wore my camo pants and my Leonard Skinner t-shirt? You know, because them's is sacred, like robes.
Sorry, not your will.
All right, yeah, I get it.
Joe,
Yes, sir?
give me that Joseph pose one more time.
You got it. Wow. Pound for pound.